Let us know, man. Take us through a little ride. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? What is your background? Like your roots. What built you up to become who you are today?
Um, Genetics plays a huge part, and I think that's something we don't understand a lot. Like we are genetic chromosomes from two individuals. So my father grew up in Mississippi. He was adventurous. He was that guy, and he was also involved in music. He loved music. Like the record collection we had at the crib was his collection before he passed, and he just loved music. My mom, on the other hand, she is a little more stern and forward. So I think that's where I kind of get some of my business acumen from. So putting that together, and Josh is smiling. He knows how she is. Like um, putting those two people together pretty much essentially made me. And also, like my dad, he was just a smooth talker. He was laid back, was chill, didn't raise his voice a lot. Da, da, da. So that's like part of the yang. And then on the other side, the yang of my mom, she'll call you out on your, what I'm saying, without a heartbeat and like
On the
let you know
BS.
about it. So that balance together, I feel like brings me to the point where I am now, and everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like this at this point, I feel like our journey is destined, man. Like the stuff that just happens is destined, man. Like I, he just met the mayor like this weekend and got a picture. You know what I'm saying? The mayor knows who he is now because of
That's dope.
relationships and
That's
Bootsy
dope. That's dope.
Collins. Like
Yeah,
radio, like more Radio One. Man, it's destined. It's really
it's
destined.
destined.
So
Yeah,
hopefully I answered the question, but I mean
yeah.
essentially like that's my background as far as that. But also I am a former athlete, track and field, Eastmore Academy track and field at UC for a little bit. Um, so that brings in the competitive aspect and like that
Hmm.
drive. Because I feel like all athletes we all have in common is like whether you're playing basketball and your coach is running you through gashers and stuff like that. You know what it takes to get to the end of that. What I'm saying, exercise to really muster through. So brings a lot of mental dexterity. So it's one of the things
Hmm.
that like I feel like that's also a part of me because you have on this journey you have to be prepared. There's going to be L's, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. So with everything that I am, and also as a person, I am a father. I am a producer. I am a manager. I am a son. I am a cousin. I am a good person. I have a good heart. All that goes into really the output that we're putting out there in the universe. And because of it being such a positive thing, you guys are seeing rewards that, we're able to get back from that. So that's
That's what's up.
that's my answer essentially.
No, that was good. That was great, actually, bro.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Modi. I
Thank you.
call him Modi too, by the way. That's it's manager of the year. And it's Pody too. Modi and Pody, producer of the year, manager of the year. Modi
Yeah.
Pody.
I love that. I
Cute.
love that. That's dope.
uh,
That's dope.
Not taking that. I mean, taking that same approach for me. Like, I grew up with my mom and my pops, and my pops, he's from Cali, from the Bay Area. He moved here when he moved to Cincinnati when he was about 13, and met my mom when he was about 15, 16. My mom had me when she was 17. So I had young parents growing up. So I was kind of growing up with them. Uh, and my pops was like the stern, like philosophical dude too, like real, like would question everything about life. He's the one I get all my where I question everything from, and don't
He's
take
the one
nothing
speaking on
face
Father's
value.
Day, by the way, too. That's him giving the game of the analogy of
Yeah,
the stove and
yeah,
the
that's
oven.
him.
Uh,
So that
That's him.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
that's my
his.
pops at the beginning.
Yeah.
Mm,
Like super
mm,
philosophical dude, real tough, real like strong presence. And then my mom is like she I would say I get my creative lens from her, and like the knack to dream. Like she's very creative. She can she's very good with like crafts and drawing and putting things together. Great cook, all that. Like she knows how to put stuff together, and so like the mesh of that, I think is kind of where my artistry came about from. And they always were on me. We grew up like I grew up in like rough environments out here in Cincinnati, but I always say I was good because I had both parents in the home, and a lot of my friends. didn't have that. They lived with their grandmothers or they had like, single parents that, and a lot of times my friends would come to my house for like a getaway from like their situations and stuff, because of other things that they were going through in the neighborhood. But, you know, I just grew up. I saw a lot of things growing up, saw a lot of my uncles, you know, did what they did. They went to jail, all that stuff, and I was just observing all of it. And through that observation, I think that's where I kind of gathered like my perspective and being able to tell these different stories that I tell that y'all may hear on the album. I was able to gain that perspective. And I also was just I just soak up my surroundings. So, going through that, going through the different things that I went through, my family went through, I just kind of want to I took it upon myself to be like a voice for that with my music. I never wanted to just talk about nothing. I always wanted to talk about something and talk about my family, my roots, and all that. So that's really my background and how I got to be where I'm at. As an athlete as well, I ended up playing basketball in Canada for about a month before I got cut because they said I was too short. And then that's when I came back home and really put the pedal to the metal with the music. So, and since then, the last 4 years of this journey has been incredible, and that's what the album really represents. It's like the last 4 years of this journey.